Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today I'm going to be showing you how to exceed the 1 gigabyte limit for semantic models in the Power BI service. How about that? All right, so this is actually a problem that got presented to me, and I thought of different ways of doing it, and came up with this idea, which I'm going to kind of demonstrate here. So basically, what we need to do is the idea is basically this, right? So let me bring this up. So essentially, the 1 gigabyte limit, you can build data semantic models, as big as you want to in desktop. But if you want to publish them to the service and have them be able to usable in a report in the service, then you're limited to a semantic model size of 1 gigabyte if you're using Pro. And the way to get around that traditionally is to buy PPU licenses, right? Premium per user licenses or a premium license, which can get expensive, right? I mean, it starts, table stakes for like 5K per month. And I realize Fabric is here and maybe solves some of that problem, maybe doesn't. My understanding is you're pretty much stuck with Pro, capabilities at, anything below an F64, and then an F64 and larger, you're basically at premium features at that point, or what we traditionally call premium features. And I'm assuming that, data model sizes kind of fit into that category as well. Although all that's licensing stuff is about as clear as mud. But what if you built out, so your fact tables are your things that are going to cause you to go past that 1 gigabyte limit. So let's say you have 6 years of data that you want to have in your semantic model, but once you go beyond 3 years, you exceed that 1 gigabyte limit. Well, so what if you built out a semantic model and published it to the service of 3 years of data, and we'll call that fact table 1, and then you had another fact table that was the other 3 years of data, so about fit under a gig, and we'll call that fact table 2, and then you can build out your dimensions in dual mode, and connect and just relate them. And now your measures would be a little bit more complex, right? Let's say there's sales in here, and you want to get the total sales across all of those years, right? You'd have to do a sum of this table plus the sum of the sales in this table, right? So a little bit extra work on the measure side of things. But if you're staring down the face of $5,000 per month, or 60 grand a year, maybe that's not so bad. So let me show you how you could actually pull this off. And I'm not gonna build this specifically, but I'm just gonna show you an example here. So what you do is you go over here, you would have these semantic models published out to the service, and you connect to your semantic model. And I would recommend, like having your fact tables, that's all that's in that semantic model. I would recommend, once you get your fact tables in, then you could import the dimension tables and then switch them to dual mode and create the relationships to your direct query tables, and away you go. This is going to be, not exactly that. So what I can do here is I can connect to, this is my massive that I was working with that would cause me so much pain and suffering on lake houses. But I can connect to this. And once this comes up here, now you can see down here, if I can get my mouse, it's connected live, right? And I can make connected live to Power BI dataset, and I can make changes to it. So I can click this. I can add a local data model. What this is going to do is going to switch that live connection to direct query for an analysis services, if it wants to do it eventually. Here we go, connect your data. I can select what tables, I'll just select them all, say submit. All right, so now I'm connected. Still says connect. There we go. Storage mode is direct query, right? All right, so now what I can do again is I can go connect to another Power BI semantic model. And we'll do somewhat massive this time. To a different semantic model. And instead of defaulting to live, now it's saying, oh no, storage mode is direct query. So let's say this is my fact table. I can connect to that. I think it's going to give me some warnings and errors here, but it's going to work. Potential security risk. Yep, we know that. And it gives you this warning that they must have exactly one island, which, again, if you named your tables where they aren't identical, you won't get that. But it does rename it to append 1, 2, right? So I hit cancel. So anyway, that in a nutshell, and then you can create my calculations to sum up everything that's in append 1 versus append 2. So maybe if we create a new measure here. I haven't actually tested this, so this dies and fails. We'll see. Count rows, append 1 plus count rows, append 1, 2. I have no idea how long this is going to take in direct query mode. But we'll see. 1 billion, which is definitely less, but definitely more than what I had in massive, because massive was 500 million rows. And I think somewhat massive was also around 500 million rows. So that added up to 1 billion rows. So there you go. So, and now you could publish this to the service, right? And use the report there. And now you've effectively built a semantic model that exceeds 1 gigabyte, and it's published in the Power BI service, and you can use a pro license for it. So there you have it. That's all I had for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.